About a month or two ago, I was washing dishes at my job, and what I ended up doing was I was washing an aluminum pan like you would put like mashed potatoes or you would put mac and cheese in. One of those rectangle pans, those aluminum pans that you can't put in a microwave or it will ruin the microwave. But anyways, I was washing and I was praying to the Lord to teach me something that day. And then the Lord reminded me that story that's in Luke chapter 11, verse 37 through 54. And I was so amazed that the Lord taught me that and reminded me of that. If we are to follow Jesus, guys, and to follow the Lord, then the inside must be the same as outside. If the inside must change, then the outside must change as well. May those who have an ear to hear, may you hear and understand. But I'm going to read Luke chapter 11, verse 37 through 54. When Jesus had finished speaking, a Pharisee invited him to eat with him. So he went in and reclined at the table. But the Pharisee was surprised when he noticed that Jesus did not first wash before the meal. Then the Lord said to him, "Now then, you Pharisees clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside you are full of greed and wickedness. You foolish people. Did not the one who made the outside made the inside also? But now as for what is inside of you, be generous to the poor, and everything will be clean for you. Woe to you, Pharisees, because you give a tenth, or give God a tenth of your mint, rule, and all other kinds of garden herbs, but yet you neglect justice and the love of God. You should have practiced the latter without leaving the former undone. Woe to you, Pharisees, because you love the most important seats in the synagogues and respectful greetings in the marketplaces. Woe to you, because you are unmarked graves, which people walk over without knowing it." One of the experts in the law, answering him, "Teacher, when you say these things, you insult us also." Jesus replied, "And you experts in the law, woe to you, because you load people down with burdens they can hardly carry, and you yourselves will not lift one finger to help them. Woe to you, because you build tombs for the prophets, and it was your ancestors who killed them. So you testify that you approve of what your ancestors did. They killed the prophets, and you built their tombs. Because of this, God in his wisdom said, I will send them prophets and apostles, some of them whom they will kill, and others they will persecute. Therefore, this generation will be held responsible for the blood of all the prophets that has been shed since the beginning of the world, from the blood of Abel to the blood of Zechariah, who was killed between the altar and the sanctuary. Yes, I tell you, this generation will be held responsible for it all. Woe to you, experts in the law, because you have taken away the key to knowledge. You yourselves have not entered, and you have hindered those who were entering." When Jesus went outside, the Pharisees and the teachers of the law began to oppose him fiercely and to besiege him with questions, waiting to catch him in something he might say. So, woe to us if we think that we're better than others, or we don't do what the Lord desires most out of truly from us. If we don't follow after Jesus, then we are going to be dirty on the inside, and most likely, and quite frankly, on the outside as well. You can look really nice on the outside, but yet inside you're full of greed and foolish and wickedness. But for someone who's full of rags and whatever, or just not looking an official, just say, or excuse me, that does not look official in clothing, then their inside is full of justice and mercy and honor and righteousness and holiness. So what I am trying to say is what we think is not what we think, and what we not think is what we think. I don't think I explained that very well, but I hope you understand truly that what many do in this day and age, and even then, it has fallen into this day and age. Many churches have unfortunately have shown their true colors. There was one video that I did see that supposedly a woman full of tattoos went to a church, and the church culture basically rejected her. This is what Jesus was talking about. Now, this is why we can't be a part of churches. It's because they decide to do what is wrong and what is right, or instead of what is right. And a lot of people have decided to do religion instead of following Jesus, because anyone who has a tattooed body can be forgiven. If they have enough money in their possession to get rid of all those tattoos, then great. Then have that done. Now, I am not saying for the true church be separate. No. For the true church that is scattered abroad, they are together because they follow the Lord and they obey Him. And fellowship happens more than just being in person, but also on the phone, on a phone call, or FaceTime, or anything of that nature. But that topic is for another time in another video. But, however, I will say, if we are to follow Jesus, and I'm going to kind of reiterate myself, we must be clean inside and out. Because one can't stand on the inside and fall on the outside. Both will fall. But if we are standing inside and standing on the outside, then we are going to be standing for the Lord. So be careful with what you say in this day and age, and follow after the Lord, because He is watching. In the darkest of places, He is watching, and in the brightest of bright places, He is watching. Where the sun sets and the sun rises, He is still watching. May Jesus bless you.